Hello, Aries. How are you today? I hope you're well. I'm doing just lovely. For those of you who have been here before, welcome back. Thank you for sharing your energy with me again. I truly appreciate it. And for those of you who it's your first time, welcome to you and thank you for sharing your energy with me. I truly appreciate that too. I am Denise. This is Surrender to the Flow Tarot. And I will be doing a timeless general reading for the collective of Aries. Aries sun or moon or rising ascendant or Venus. It's a general reading, so it's not going to resonate with everybody. Take what does, leave what doesn't. Be careful not to put yourself in a story that isn't yours. So you don't want to relate to the story, you want to resonate with it. You feel me? Today we're doing archetypes, and we're asking the universe what archetype you most embody. We're using the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck. It is very fun and new and round. We're going to be at the end asking for like a last word of advice or a message from the universe, and we're going to use the Priestess of Light Oracle, which is also very dope. Both decks are new. I also got 2 more new ones, but I have 4 other tarot decks for clarifiers, and we'll just pull one of those when we get to that moment, whatever one yells the loudest. So the Black Tarot, super dope, new. The True Heart Intuitive Tarot, also super dope and new. And then 2 oldies, the Muse Tarot and the Tarot of Mystical Moments. This one is like 2 weeks old and it's already considered an oldie because that's how often I get new decks up this piece. Okay. All right, Aries. Are you ready for some football? You ready for your archetype? Archetype. More than one can come out. It has happened in several other readings. Gotta settle underneath my table. I need my feet to be bare and flat on whatever surface I am on when I read. Okay. You got the Unseen, and the Pilgrim, and underneath that is the Animal, and I'm going to take it because I did your reading earlier, way earlier, hours ago, and I got like 7.5 minutes in and the phone shut off again. So I just took that as a sign. And I took a break for a while and uploaded a bunch of the readings before you, regardless. The Animal came up twice in your other. It was like, it almost flipped out once and then it came out, you feel me? So I'm going to take this one because it was right underneath and like, you know how many times I've shuffled that deck since then, son? So many, all of the time. So it is meant for you. Okay. So now the new, is that the new bottom of the deck? Yeah, we're going to take this one like this. And then that was the bottom, the Pilgrim. Okay. I'm straight now. All right. Okay. All 3 of them are eyes. The subject, the focus is an eye. It's interesting, right? This is the underneath, right? So this technically, I guess, would be here because it came before it. But then it would go. Oh, it would go. Oh, it's going the right way for you guys. This mirroring thing really confuses my brain. Okay, I'm not afraid to laugh at myself. I'll be the first one to do it. Okay, what I am saying is how these colors repeat, right? But these are more vibrant and clear, and these are not. And when we get all the way down here, the only color that remains is this one, the blue. So it keeps your focus on the eye, you know what I'm saying? The eye is the most important thing. So I can't wait to see how. It's got to be your vision, like your clarity, your ability to clearly see. Clearly know. And I feel like it's strongly faith related. Let me get some water. Yeah, you can probably hear that car. That's literally been on for so many hours outside. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Hopefully it just becomes white noise for you. Okay, let's read what these are. Let's start with the Pilgrim. I know what the Pilgrim is. The Pilgrim is starting on a journey. It's basically the Fool. The Wanderer, the Traveler, the Apprentice. When it's in its light aspect, which it is when it's upright, learns, grows, adapts, studies. And when it's in its dark, it's aloof, non-committal, and flaky. So this is your archetype. These are your archetypes. These are what you're foundationally, molecularly built up as. And what I mean molecularly, as receptors. You're receivers of certain frequencies are already tuned in before you come through. You feel me? So all of these things that we're about to read are who you are in your building blocks. It might not be who you're being, but it is who you are meant to be. And it doesn't diminish. You know what I mean? It just sits until you tap in. It's like there's abundance, but you feel me? It's whatever. Okay, so let's go. Okay. We all have a deep longing to answer the call to get unstuck. What are the obstacles between you and the door? Even in the stillness of meditation, the Pilgrim feels the movement of the heart toward what it loves. That's beautiful. Let's remember that one of the Aries cards is the Fool. You feel me? It's in your destiny. Sons, daughters, and themsters. Okay. For the Pilgrim, an outward journey is always an inward journey. This archetypal wanderer seeks wisdom, experience, and meaning in the farthest reaches of the globe and the deepest regions of the spirit. Others will wonder when the Pilgrim will settle down and claim a more conventional life. But the Pilgrim knows that the heart belongs in motion. Where there is motion, there is freedom, expansion, and growth. Responsibilities, social conventions, and logistics lull us to sleep, and soon the pilgrim becomes veiled in the slumber of the day-to-day. Yet when this archetype awakens, it rallies our sense of adventure and leads us out the door toward a new reality. With the pilgrim at your side, you will never lack courage, nor do you need every amenity. Travel light, travel soon, your spirit needs it. That was your underlying. So that's the part of you that was just the most dominant, or is currently, but you're moving into these two, or you have already started moving into. So let's go to the unseen. The spirit, the ancestor, the eternal. When light, which it is, clairvoyant, guidance, whispers of wisdom. That crown chakra is still opening for you, Aries, huh? I know it's painful. I know it's painful. I know it is. It's also equally as blissful. Okay? It will be. Keep opening it, right? When is it in its dark side? It's dark, looming energy, unwillingness to forgive. Guidance comes in many forms. Don't expect it to be glittery or comfortable. The spirit world speaks the truth. Sometimes it soothes and sometimes it burns. Annoying spam alerts. They're really annoying. I can't get them off my phone. Being graced by the unseen is a gift. Amen. Treat it kindly. Allow yourself to be seen by eternal eyes. The unseen is just as it sounds. We cannot see it, yet it sees us. Watching and waiting with wisdom, both kind and instructive. We feel this presence, sense it, intuit it, and then doubt its existence, though it rallies our attention time and time again. The energy of the unseen may come in many forms: a compelling dream, a sudden insight, a clear voice, a vision, a message from a loved one who has passed to the other side. It is natural to fear these communications as they challenge our perception of what is real. When this card appears, your guides are near. They're here and now. The eternal is present. The doorway between worlds is ajar. Listen, the sounds may seem as though they come from a distant land, but they call from your innermost chambers. Oh, Aries. It's so romantic. It's so darkly macabre, you know, gothic. Always with the gothic drama for the Aries. It's like so Beauty and the Beast. That's what I feel like so much. Aries is the beast. You're so magical, and that's probably freaked you out for most of your life, and I get all the doubting things they talked about because I feel that way too, especially when you're first developing, like understanding what the hell is going on with you and then developing them. It's really hard. That's why I ask for stuff in the comments sometimes, because it helps me know that what I was feeling was like actual. It can be hard if you have people in your life who take advantage of that, who understand that about you, maybe before you even understood it about yourself. And see that and take advantage of that part of you. I just lost my train of thought. It's hard to know if you don't have experience and you don't have info to back things up sometimes. It's hard to believe in it as a real tangible thing, especially when we're talking about psychic things which are not tangible until you alchemize them and make them tangible. Art, music, build anything, poems, whatever. Food, flowers, magic, humans, magic, grandchildren's. Okay, let's read the animal. I'm really curious about this guy. Super, super duper curious. I'm starting to recognize the Roman numerals, I think, because these go up really high, and I'm just not used to it, and my brain's like, ooh, huh. Okay, the beast. I just said Beauty and the Beast, right? And Aries is the beast. Okay. The beast, the wild one, the she-wolf. When light, vital, elemental, alive, dances. When dark, and it came up light. Savagery, pent-up emotion, lashing out. The animal demands we get comfortable in our own skin. The minute you accept, express, and celebrate the physical body, you tap into animal energy. Notice your resistance to the animal within. Where does it come from? What has it kept you from doing, wild one? We are mammals. The hair on our chest and between our legs reminds us so. We try hard to deny our unrefined animalistic nature, yet through this archetype we tap into power and direction. Activating the animal within means reawakening our relationship to nature in the most broad and embodied sense. Drinking from waterfalls, roaring at the moon, opening eyes underwater, eating berries from the vine. The life force of our planet begs us to set down the devices, the constraints, and the social constructs, and remember the warm blood that pulses through our veins. The animal longs for breath, food, procreation, and physicality. It wants soil under our nails and starlight on our skin. If this all sounds terribly unsophisticated to you, take note that it is said that when Buddha became enlightened, he roared like a great lion. Interesting. You are cut off from your source and from your body right now. Have you been isolating yourself, like literally? Either always outside or always inside, but I feel like probably always inside. Have you been self-medicating and avoiding? You're having a lot of anxiety. There's got to be something going on with you physically and mentally, I think, for these to come up. The disconnects are manifesting in those ways. So you're like overthinking, and that's causing everything else to be out of whack. So, my dear Aries friends, we are going to clarify. I think we're going to do these separate, and we're going to use ooh. funny, this happens really often with you guys, with y'all. Okay. We're using the Tarot of Mystical Moments for the Unseen and the Black Tarot for the Animal. We're doing them separate. What else can you tell us about the unseen? How can Aries make this part? What is relevant about the unseen? How can Aries come into alignment with the unseen? 3 of Cups, the 9 of Cups. There's trust involved there. There's openness. Aries, for the love of Pete. The Lovers. Oh, Aries. Y'all are blocking yourselves. You're blocking yourselves from your highest communion with another actualized human, with your empress or your emperor, and with the divine. Those ways that you still aren't healed, that keep your heart closed, those are the things you need to look at. All of you Aries out here who are wondering when you're ever going to get love, or if you're ever going to get love, or you're going to give up on love. Pukaki on all that. No. It's not real. You're torturing yourselves on things that aren't real. You're keeping yourself from your happiest happy. Like your ultimate happiness. Maybe it looked different than you thought. Explore what's scary about that, if that rings true, if that resonates with you. You got on the bottom the Strength card. This is the Strength is female, is feminine. The feminine is what keeps the raw, chaotic energy balanced. Feminine, masculine, or non-binary. This is the aspect, you feel me? This is what you need to open up to. Let yourself be receptive and vulnerable. You can do it when you're ready from a space that's strong, a foundation underneath you. You don't have to fall apart. You don't. It doesn't have to be scary. And this is connected to the unseen. That's your guides, that are your guidance. You're blocking it all. You are meant, you Aries, every one of you who is watching this right now are meant to have and live and have the most magical life. You're the emperors and you're the emperors, right? For you who are identified female, and the Emperor means to you, you're looking for your Empress. Not in gender, you're looking for that partner who is comfortable being open and vulnerable and is strong and steadfast and rooted. And because you are more uncomfortable with just being that, you're more comfortable with like sustaining it and, grooming it, nurturing it, not nurture, but pruning it. Oh, that sounds terrible. Where was I going? Whatever you are, right? Not gender, whatever however your behavior is, like if you're more closed off emotionally, you are looking for the partner who shows you that it's safe to be open, that you both fit together like that. You both are that for each other. You feel me? You take turns, but that's your primaries. I kind of lost myself, but I think you understand what I mean. Okay. Let's do the animal, and remember we're using the black tarot for that. Literally black. Animal. What can Aries do with the animal archetype? Both cards are in the reverse. You got two. You're so strong, Aries. You always show up in your own readings. The Page of Wands, and I just mean wands, in reverse, and the Three of Wands in reverse. Look at all of this confusion. Oh, how it's so symbiotic, you know what I mean? One, you just get caught up in it. If it was in the upright. Huge difference. It's a huge difference. Okay. The bottom of the deck is Death. It's time for a transformation. That's what's keeping you from embodying your true, authentic self. You already know this, every one of you Aries who is watching this. Wherever you fall on the scale of your authentic self and your non-authentic self, wherever you are, this is about transforming those last pieces that are still holding you back. You are keeping yourselves here because you're so terrified to be your true selves. When you have someone who totally sees you for your true self, it freaks you out so bad, you push them away. And then you push everything away, and then you sit there and wallow in it. You use it as proof of things that you created. But you feel me? Like, because you're afraid. You're stopping you're halting it in every way. And you, Aries, you're fire. You're all about movement. So this is traumas, unhealed traumas for all of you Aries who are watching this. There are still unhealed traumas in you that halt you from keeping your fire lit all the way. Oh, Aries. You know what you have to do. You have to open in order to move forward, okay? And if you're here watching these, at least part of you wants to move forward, okay? We all know this, right? That's why you're here. You can do this. You have our support, my support, everyone else who comes to these, the whole collective, okay? You're not alone. Energetically, you're all giving it to each other. As soon as you see this, you can't not when you hear it. You feel me? If you want to move forward and be out of this into your happiness, you can't say, you can't remember the last time you were happy if you're the one who keeps consistently blocking yourself from it. You gotta let love in. You gotta heal your wounds. And part of healing your wounds is letting love in. Self-love first. Integrity, you know? Build your foundation strong again for you. Or build it strong for the first time. Whatever it is, wherever you are on the scale. It all counts. You need to move. You know that you're Aries. And you are stopping yourself from moving. It's got to be so painful. And I really feel strongly there's a lot of self-medicating happening. Okay. It's time to give yourself love, my muffins. Let's get your last piece of advice from the Priestess of Light Oracle. If this is not obvious, you are all exquisitely magical. I'm trying to think of a word that means a whole lot. Like it. You are meant to be living the most magical, perfect balance between feral and domesticated life. Go find your polarities, right? Find your equal balances. Find them within yourself. Give yourselves a chance, Aries. Okay, let's see what your last piece of advice or message from the universe is. River of Blessings didn't come out, but releasing constraints. We're going to take it, and we're going to pull one more. We're going to see if there's one more. Innovation, new creations, Aries, Wands, Emperor, Queen of Wands. There we go. Okay. Duality, many meanings, misunderstanding. Duality, and I said polarity, right? But this might be what I mean. The squirrel is back. So interesting. You like to come during the Aries. Are you an Aries? squirrel friends. Okay. Innovation, new creations. The priestess of the mind extends her hands upward, the light from her palms sending 2 hawks flying in opposite directions. Beautiful golden orbs hover over and around her head, marking a time of great confidence and mental activity for you. You are being guided by spirit to explore new directions of invention and creation. Your invention may come in the form of a wide variety of endeavors. Anything from a musical composition to a real estate development could be among the types of innovations springing to your mind at this time. You may even be thinking about going to school for a special degree or certification. If so, know that you are certainly capable of achieving it. You may find yourself conflicted as you consider 2 very different paths, both brimming with potential. The hawks, birds of prey, and more represent the inner battle regarding your choices, but your confusion is only preventing you from taking action in either direction. You had the Page of Wands and the 3 of Wands in the reverse. A nagging voice of self-doubt may be keeping you on the fence, but note how the priestess's heart center glows with confidence. This card is saying that you now have the power to make a decision and see it through. You always have had it, okay? It's always been in your realm of possibilities. Trust in yourself and let yourself receive the guidance and information all around you. Your mind is sparking with the lights of new ideas. Listen to your heart about which path to follow. Your affirmation is, I open my mind to the pipeline of new ideas available to me now. I know I am capable of both initiative and follow through. All right, and let's look at duality, which is number 36. This is the Empress, I think. This is Sophia. The disciple priestess Magdalena sits at the entrance to a cave, a place of retreat. The skull in her lap indicates her spiritual side, whereas the open book represents her scholarly and educated side. 3D, 5D, divine, raw. Her red dress and white sash beneath her are symbols of the divine feminine and divine masculine combined. Your life is also full of dualities. You are at the same time masculine and feminine, physical and ethereal, fully human and fully divine. This card encourages you to explore all these true yet diverse aspects of yourself. It may feel strange to dive into new spiritual practices if you've always been physically oriented. An active masculine approach to life may feel unnatural if you've traditionally been in a more reflective and feminine mode. But these deeper layers of yourself now long to be expressed. In opening up to these experiences, you will tap important, previously unknown strengths and talents and widen the scope of your spiritual, personal, and professional life. Finally, there is a message of warning in this card regarding distorted perceptions. Magdalena, or Mary Magdalene, who is Jesus's divine feminine, who is Sophia, who is the third in the Trinity. The Holy Ghost, the Holy Spirit, is Sophia. Magdalena has been historically misunderstood, called a prostitute, when she was actually an educated landowner. Be conscious of the ways you may be misunderstood, and be courageous in your intention to live your own life and stand in your truth. Also be aware of any misunderstandings you carry about yourself. Any limiting or judgmental notions. Oh my gosh, I want to yawn. What's the energy shift? Sorry about that. Must be set aside. any limiting or judgmental notions. A clear understanding of your truth requires you to embrace your divine nature This is the ability to take this. The pilgrim is the divine in human form, right? But what fuels the fool, the pilgrim, is the divine, is the raw power. The most gracious and powerful part of your many-faceted, sparkling identity. Affirmation: I am willing to explore the many wonderful sides of my nature. I am open to understanding the depth of my truth and expressing that to others. Aries, y'all are dope. Really, really dope. Really, really unique. And it's really, really great. Okay? Whatever things you've been through and whatever things you are either have been done to you or you have done to others, all of it, you can get through and past and through it and around over it. You can heal it, and you can heal it in whatever other ways that it needs to happen, and you will blossom. You will blossom. You're so hard on yourselves. I see you, okay? We see you. You see you. All right, Aries, I hope that this helped. And thank you for coming and sharing your energy with me again. And I will see you next week. Bye.